What is up, everybody? That's right. This is the first episode of AX College Football, the rundown. This is the beginning, and with me is my co-host, Coherent. How are you doing today, buddy?
Oh, what's going on? Same old, sitting at home because it's raining.
Nice. Yeah, it's not raining here, luckily, but yeah. I mean, I took the day off to be home with the kids and just enjoying that. So, but yeah, what we wanted to come on talk about the league. This is the first episode, so college football is finally here. We're a couple weeks in. What do you think of the game? Let's talk about that first.
I love the game, but obviously there's flaws. Like pursuit angles are terrible. So
Yeah,
there's so much more you can do. I'm sure Madden's gonna bring a lot over,
yeah,
but
and
just the scouting is I love it.
yeah, the scouting, the recruiting is addicting. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people were, proud of, the recruits they've got. We are currently in week 6. So I wanted to start a little later just so we could kind of get, feel for how everyone's doing, feeling, that sort of thing. We've actually tweaked the sliders because Heisman CPU is absolutely stupid, for another word, or I guess not to curse on here, but to me it feels like when you're playing lesser teams, not that you have to blow everyone out, but like I remember playing FCS Southwest or one of them, and one of the leagues, and it was like this dude was just stiff arming all my guys, and I've got like this top tier defense. What the hell?
That's
So
crazy.
we kind of tweaked the sliders a bit. I kind of like them. I've been asking people, what do you think of them?
I mean, I absolutely destroyed Minnesota. I won like 35-7. Didn't score until like the last drive, if I remember right. They seem, I mean, they're better, but I don't know. I feel like pass rush is non-existent, but I think he changed it a little bit more after I played.
Yeah, and that's one thing that in both of my leagues I've seen that, like, I went over the numbers with you. It was like one sack a game. Like maybe this guy had 2 sacks, but it was very low and very minimal. So I
Yeah,
did lower the
I feel like
threshold for that.
the people that has 3, 4 players with abilities and stars in your D line, you should be getting a lot more pressure. Like I got a 93 and a 96 defensive tackle who do got pass rushing abilities, and they were getting like no pressure. And
And
then
that's one thing. It's
they
funny
got
because
me in.
I noticed that about Notre Dame when I played him. We'll kind of go into the league in a bit, but one thing I noticed with him, he's got 4 ability players on his D line. I was like, holy shit, I didn't realize that. And I'm like, this
Mhm.
is going to be a long
Damn.
game. I did pretty well. This is, I think, before I tweaked the sliders, but long story short, it was kind of one of those games where I'm like, man, you gotta watch out. But Michigan's got Graham, and you gotta plan for that, and that's what you want to
Yep.
be.
I got a freshman that don't have a star that's got quick jump, and I'm starting to really like that quick jump ability because they just blow the tackle off the line out of some place, just literally just blow right by him.
Right, and we're gonna get used to these. We're gonna get used to the ones that I like quick step. I like 3-6. I mean, there's like we're starting to feel these new
That's
abilities.
quick step.
How do you like the abilities on college versus like which one do you like better and why?
So far, man, I haven't. Well, except for the spin move on Judkins, he don't really count because he's just a glitch player. But besides him, I feel like they're better. They're more tuned. I mean, there's like levels to them instead of just you get this ability and then now all of a sudden you're gonna insta shed. Or I mean, it wasn't as bad last year on that remark, but I don't know. I definitely like the college abilities more. They're more spread out. There's mentals, there's physicals. Like you really got to do your recruiting well on those if you want ability players. I
No,
like it for the most part.
I absolutely agree, and I think one of the developers, Scott Gallagher, give a shout out to. He actually now I believe that he's a 2K. He worked for 2K.
He did.
What it feels like to me is badges, which I've always said if you're going to have abilities in game, got to make them like badges. You can't just give somebody an ability, make it unstoppable, and then make it, and that's fun for everyone. I don't feel like that's fun for anyone. Um,
No.
I feel like this feels more like the badges, like you said. You almost got to earn certain thresholds to get these certain badges, which
Yep.
I think is pretty amazing. I think
You
it's awesome.
start. You start as a freshman. You know, some freshmen are good, but most of these freshmen coming in are only going to be like 75 overall or something like that. You're going to find some good ones, but you're going to have to probably won't get most of these abilities until season 1 or season 2
Right.
because you got to hit like 80 something, I think, for a lot of the gold ones. Silvers
Yeah.
are 70s, I think. You might start with silver, but
No, you're absolutely right. And and it feels like it means something when you get to that threshold. It's not like they're just throwing something. And a lot more guys have these. So it doesn't like it's like we don't have to max them out and say, oh, only, 6 guys on one side of the ball can have it. I feel like everybody can have some abilities and they don't feel too overpowered. It feels organic in the game, which I really like. Like you said, the pursuit angles are absolutely disgusting, and it's probably the biggest issue I
terrible.
have with college.
That's
Um,
probably still won't get tuned either.
yeah,
I hope
and
it does.
I think the it feels like pass rush was too bad against the CPU and Heisman. It's like I remember playing, I think my first game against Akron, and they were just busting through the line, and I'm like, not that Ohio State has the best offensive line, but I know Akron doesn't have a man.
You
Because I
guys are
looked at
sitting Mullen. You guys are gonna beat that by like 50 points.
well, still, I should have a little bit more time in the pocket, make
Absolutely.
quick plays. You have to adapt. I get that, and I think you and I are very good at that. People are going to say, "Well, you guys are high," but I feel like you and I do a good job of adapting. We know
Yeah,
that
but
there's going to
my
be a lot of
team's really not
pressure.
that good on this game. I mean, what's Ohio State? 89
What's that?
overall. What's your overall? 89 for Ohio State.
Yeah,
Michigan's only like an 87. Like our team's just not like
yeah. But
Georgia out
let's
there
be
with a
honest.
91 overall team.
You've
Like,
got a stud. You got a quarterback that they don't rate high, but he's got like high speed. That's
yeah,
what
he's
everybody
fine.
wants, right?
I wanted a different quarterback for next year, but Smurf had to take the 97 speed
Well,
guy
we're
because
going to
me or
talk
him was
about
getting
that, right? We want to talk about
him.
recruiting. We want to talk about the top 25. So let's get into the top 25.
Okay,
So
so look at that.
looking at it right now, I have it. We both have it on our screen.
Yeah.
Clemson player is 5-0. It's not an easy road that he had to go through. So it's not like he had cupcakes. We set up the way
He
that
beat
we
me.
did this is that we actually set up series with other users, kind of like they do in real life. Like Ohio State may sign up Alabama for 2 years, one home, one away. Same thing was what we did. You actually played Flair, so
Yeah.
and that actually, if you want to kind of tell us about it, how did you feel with the game? How close was it, or how?
It was close. I mean, the reality is I beat myself. I mean, I didn't beat myself. I shanked like a 10-yard field goal somehow, some way. I really don't know how I missed because it wasn't bad accuracy. I don't understand how I missed that kick, but I missed that one. There was another one for it. But on Heisman, over 35, 40 yards, I'm probably going for it if it's short yardage.
Well, and you got to be creative in this game, right? Because
Yeah.
field goals are not gimmies, right? And
No,
that's why I
no.
kind of spread up the fourth down. People were like, "Well, you should only allow you have the same rules. Only allow people going for fourth down." And I'm like, man, I'm like
Reality is
college football, they
fourth
go
down
for it all
rules
the
need to be
time.
relaxed, even in
It's
the
it's
pros.
more wide open, you know?
Anything over the 50, like it could be 4th and 7, and there's a good chance they're going to go for it at the 40-yard line. Like,
Right.
there's not many field goal kickers in college that's going to consistently make over 40. There's many in the pros anymore. I mean, they're getting better at it, but like, fuck.
No,
You
you're
got to be
absolutely
going for
right.
these.
So Clemson comes in at 5-0. Ole Miss, who doesn't have a user, there's nobody
I don't have
using.
a user,
No,
really.
they don't.
Oh wow, I didn't
One
know
of the best
that.
teams. They were actually a top 10 team. I think when come right out of the gate, it was like they were eighth. And I'm surprised that nobody. They got awesome uniforms. They've got Jackson Dart. They've got good running back.
It's
Not
because they're in
Jackson.
the SEC and they didn't want to play at 91 overall
Probably
Georgia.
SEC nasty. I mean, if you
I
look from
know.
top to bottom, they got a lot of good users, man. Shine Love is Texas A&M. He's really good. Jim Jones is always good. He's Missouri.
Yeah, he's
Um,
at 3.
got Smurf, who's really good at Alabama. Memphis is really, he just beats. He's Georgia. I mean, it's nasty from top to bottom. And then you got Florida, John Ball. He's actually 5-0. But let's go into a little bit more of this. So we got Ole Miss at number 2. We've got Jim Jones at Missouri, Fort coming in at 4-0. You 4-1, which I agree with that. I mean, people may say,
My,
well, how the hell is he 4-1? It's like
my only loss
you
was the
had a really
Flares at
close game
one.
with number 1, and I could have went either way, right?
Yeah, we went down to a field goal. I only lost by 3, and yeah, it was really close.
Right.
I
And
got mad at one play, but
well,
that's
we
about
talked
it.
about Texas. We talked about Yan. This game suits him perfectly.
It does. He even last year he was running. I mean, I got onto it too. He's the one who turned me onto that end around play, end around, jet sweeps, motions, with fake. Like this game is literally set up perfect for hand style play. At least on offense. He might not
Well,
be the
and
best at it. He's doing good, but this
I'm
game is set up for him.
I've noticed that he's also he's also passing streaks now. He's got that Bond, who I believe has 99 speed, and
Yeah,
it's almost like Texas, almost like the Kansas City Chiefs on Madden.
he
Right?
had
They
me
got
ready to
the
play when
arm
he glitched
strength,
at
the
my
speed.
coverage. I was mad.
Yeah,
Bomb's
and
insane.
look, he lost to you, right? So it's like
If that wasn't
I
at
see.
Michigan, he probably wins. Let's be
Right.
real. That was a close game, and he was
Michigan's
at
hard to play
Michigan.
at. So, and then I come in at number 6. I'm 4-1. I lost the. I was actually getting my ass blown out. I don't know if you watched that game. I think I was down 21 or 28 at half. I just could not get anything to work.
That was
Like
the A
I'm
and M,
still.
right?
What's that?
That was the A&M, right?
Yeah, A&M. We were just talking about
Yeah,
Shiloh. He's really good.
yeah. And I think they got
And
the
I'll
number
tell
one
you,
home
Texas
field.
A&M. You play there, that stadium. I'm telling you right.
Number
And
one
we
home
play.
field, but I don't know if he lost so far this season. I know it adjusts throughout the season based on losses and wins and
Yeah,
stuff. So
it
that could have
could.
went down.
So, well, he lost to Notre Dame in a close
Was he
one.
at
It
home?
came down to a field goal. It's funny because Revival will tell you he missed 2 field goals earlier in that game, and he ended up making the one at the end to win. So it's like I beat Revival, Revival beats him. I'm telling you, we're getting feel for this. Number 7, you've got prime time with Oregon, 3-1. He's been out a little bit, so I know that he actually lost, I believe, to Brett, right? Brett,
I have no idea. Lost. I
I
gotta
believe.
look.
Yeah, he lost to Brett. Then we got Notre Dame at 8. I personally think that Revival should be higher. Um, in his last game, he blew the doors. Who did he just play? He blew the doors off.
Louisville, Timus.
Yes, he blew the doors off of Timmis. Timmis is good. I mean, he's a super
Timus
good player.
again, but how he hasn't. No, I'm not trying to discredit the man, but he hasn't played like a football game in 2+ years.
Well, and that's
So
true.
it's gonna take some adjusting. I know he probably got some other ones, but give him his half a season to a season, and he's gonna get back to being the Timus we know.
Totally
He's still
agree.
rusty. It's been
Yep.
two
And then we
years.
got Kansas State, who we just got an owner for them. Got a coach for him. V Rates.
No, he
He's
didn't
low.
lose to Brett. Brett's not LSU. Who's LSU? That's
LSU is
heavy, right?
heavy.
Heavy, right?
Brett is Texas Tech. Um,
Because
so
that's who
V
Oregon
Rates
lost to.
comes
He
over in
lost.
another league that I was with. Great kid, man. He's low key's son. We don't want to talk about low key Middle State. 0-5. He'll get it together though, man. I think with the
Isn't
sliders and him getting used to that team, him and I played like exhibition with him being Tennessee State and me. There was a couple games where it was really close. And then
yeah, he's
rounding
in
out the,
disadvantage though.
and to me, this is probably the biggest controversy here is Georgia rounding out the top.
No, but yet again, this top 25 in this also goes by popularity when it shouldn't. Like Tennessee should be. Even look at Spurgeon, 3-2. He's at 12. 3-2.
Well,
He
and
should be
Georgia just
there.
beat. I think he got that because Georgia just so beating Alabama. I believe it was in Alabama. And
Yes, 32-31. That was last week. I'm looking at it right now.
yeah. So
Oh, there's
Tennessee
that one.
rounds out number 11. I
Georgia, one of their
Tennessee-
losses was to Smurf. Isn't that who he played week 1? Smurf when he
No,
Smurf beat the
Smurf he
living-
played just last
Or
week.
not Smurf, Flair.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Flair
But I'm
beat
telling you,
the
man, Flair
doors off him.
Flair's good, man. Like he knows what he's doing. Like
He's
Flair's
either
good.
really good or really bad. When he gets down big, he goes into pocket mode and just starts throwing everything up, and that's when you can beat him by like 40
Right.
points, and he'll say, "I'm done in mercy." I've had that happen.
We got
But
Tennessee, who
Flair's
doesn't have a
hard.
user at 11.
I believe
Uh,
that, man. That rookie,
Bama,
real much
3 and
QB.
2 at number 12, and then number 13 USC. You just played them.
Yeah,
Cougs. That was
let's not talk
kind of
about
an
that
ugly
game. Let's not talk about it. He don't deserve that.
Cougs. If you're watching this, got a
He didn't
chance.
deserve that. Oh, it's gonna
You play him
happen.
again. You're in the Big Ten now, buddy.
It's gonna happen, but I felt bad.
No, and again, he had just. It was funny because earlier in that game, he had just taken a loss, or
Yeah, I
lost
was
his last
watching
game.
this game because he was playing someone else, and he was
Yeah,
getting. He was, who was he using? I don't remember who he was using, but he was playing against
and
USC and just
no,
got
yeah, he
absolutely
was.
throttled.
Well, he's watching this. They're pretty.
That's who I was watching today. Yeah, they're
But
terrible.
he's the type of guy. I think he'll. He's fine his play. Fine, like
He said it was only like his fifth or sixth total game played.
right.
He's
He's
only
been
played like
out.
3 user games.
Hasn't been. I'm telling you, man. This is repetition. Like I'm getting better. I finally found the playbook I like. And I'm getting better with it. So
That's
kind of
me.
crazy. I mean, I don't use excuses, but I didn't have a good playbook against Texas A&M. I didn't. I used a high state playbook against.
I
And
like
dude,
that.
the only reason I won is because my. So I'm finding my offensive playbook. But anyway, 14 is Florida State. That's X game or that's X Facto, and you know him really well because he's the Bears. He's been the Bears a couple of
Yeah,
times.
it's weird to me.
You've got a chance to
Um,
play him. He's actually been really surprisingly, and I'm not saying surprisingly that I don't think this guy's good, but John Ball, man, Florida 5-0, and he's had some good games too. He had to play Florida State, and I believe he played Texas A&M, but he's 5-0 and he's 15th. What the hell is that?
I don't know. Probably because of the strength of schedule. Let's go look and see who he's played.
And
Team schedule.
while you're looking at that, so 16 is Kentucky, no user. 17 is North Carolina State. 18th is B. Timmis, Louisville. Got beat by Notre Dame, and then he got the doors blown by the Sea. I don't know who. And then Rich Supreme, man, the guy, the quiet one. I like to call him the quiet one. You don't see a lot from him. Kind of stays under the radar, but like 5-0, quietly 5-0. And then Iowa, who I just rounds out the 22. Oklahoma, Kelsey, had some tough. Number coming in at 22, North Carolina 5-0 with no user, and then Auburn at 3-1 with no user, and then they didn't give Shine any love. He's playing. What I'm really excited for this. We're gonna have to call some games, but he's 3-2, playing Missouri. That's gonna be a huge game. And
Upset to
Utah,
make.
who we're
Don't
gonna
those two know each other? Isn't that his buddy?
yeah, they're buddies, and
That's what I
actually,
thought.
so Jim runs Leather Helmet. Great man league, by the way, if you're looking at man league. And they run a show together. I created their
That's
overlay
right.
for 'em.
I knew that
And
name was
great
familiar.
guys, man. I love watching it. They're on YouTube. So he's 24th. Utah, who we don't have a user yet, but we will. Next guy that I'm getting in is at back. He seems like a great guy. Can't wait to get him. So once we get him in, he's gonna be Utah. Hopefully we can keep it going. And that rounds out the top 25. Anything that kind of stands out to you in that top 25 ranking? Any surprises? Let me ask you that.
In the top 25 all together. Well, besides Yan, even though he's got Texas, that still surprised me. Even though it fits him, I was still surprised. Who's got Kansas State? Is that computer? No, that's either. Well, that's a surprise.
He just got them, but he hasn't played a game.
Scratch that.
Yeah. I'll tell you my biggest surprise, and I know you're gonna be like, I knew this. I played Joe, right? It's Georgia Tech, and he was I beat him, but like I'm watching him blow the doors off of people, like beating their ass, like they owe him money.
Their team, I've played with that team, and I find it's a really fun team to use. But like, if you're gonna play that team, you're gonna beat that team, I should
but
say.
his
You're gonna have to
schedule
score
is
40 points.
brutal.
Oh, it's terrible, but man,
Brutal.
the offense is set up so fun, but that defense is
Well,
atrocious.
and Joe's not a defensive guy. He's not.
No,
He's always, you know, Joe's very fun to watch. He's very like, spreads the field out. He's actually running a lot more this year. I will say though that like he's never been a defensive guy, but he's actually played a little bit better. But he's one of those teams, man. You got to watch if you play them. He can outscore you easily. Like he gets one
easily.
or two stops, you could be done.
He's got a 92 speed QB. I think he's 92 speed with good throw power. He's got a 98 speed receivers, a sophomore,
Yep.
and then on top of like he's got great receiver. I think he's got 4 receivers over 80. And then what a lot of people probably don't know about Georgia Tech, I don't know if he's using them. If he does, he's kind of dumb. But he's got 2 freshman star receivers that are like 70 overall. They're stars. So like when some of these leave, he's gonna have another 80 plus overall guys ready to go. That
Well,
offense is set up nicely.
yeah, and I think he's going to recruit. Right, he's starting to get that down.
It's gonna be hard over
And we'll
there
go
though.
into recruiting. So that kind of rounds the top 25. What I like to do is talk about the Heisman a little bit, just because people are starting to kind of out a little bit.
I don't even think I've looked
Um,
at that yet.
how
Okay.
shocking that Yan, the
Oh
number
yeah.
one player is Yan. Okay, that's not shocking, but it's a freaking receiver, not a running back. The runner.
I mean,
Um,
he uses him like a running back. He might jet sweeps that guy gets.
well, against Mississippi State, yeah. So against Mississippi State, and I watched the game. He was just verticals, verticals, verticals.
Verticals, jet sweeps, fake jets, screens, wide receiver screens, running back
Cheesy son of a
screens.
bitch is what he is.
Yes.
Um, but he actually had last game against Mississippi State 9 receptions, 286 receiving yards,
5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns.
Damn, man. And he barely
He's
won.
gonna
He needed all 5 of those to win that
he's gonna
game.
be he's gonna be in your office pretty soon if he doesn't tone that shit.
I mean, he only won by 7, so he needed all 5 of
Yeah, he
those.
did. I saw. For some reason he kept giving up touch, and it looked like he was doing it on purpose, and I don't think he was.
The yards is a little bit much. I mean, I haven't looked at the rest of the guys, but I don't know. He only won by 7, so I can't say a whole lot, really.
So
Now,
we
if he
got
would have
him.
won by 21, 28, that's different.
We got him number one. We got Ruben Owens, who Shine loves running back. Last game only had 42 rushing
Freshman.
yards.
He's
What's
a
that?
freshman,
He's a
too.
freshman. He went down though, so probably because of that game. Then we got Travis Hunter, who we haven't really talked about. I think at the end of the year he's really good. I think at the end of the year he'll have Colorado in top. I think he actually had to take a sim. Travis Hunter, last game had 6 receptions, 133 yards, and
They're not showing it, but that dude plays on defense in this game, too. He also plays number one corner, at least did for me in my offline. So
yeah.
he plays both sides of the ball.
Well, yeah, and that's what's kind of cool about this game. Get those guys, and
Hmm.
I don't care if they, because
I
them
don't
winning
care.
games,
It's just
if
going
it
to put your
works.
wear and tear up higher. He's going
Yeah,
to be in the field
absolutely.
more. He's going to get hurt just like in real
Um,
life last year.
then the rounding out the next two is Claire. Got a running back named Phil Maffa. Last game, 8 carries, 172 yards, rushing touchdowns, 4 receptions, 69 yards. So you know that he's utilizing that running back out of the backfield. That's him. Remember when he had Christian McCaffrey? That's him.
Yeah.
That's what he wants to do.
12 touches for like 250 yards.
Yeah, so he's doing really good with him. Then he's got his junior quarterback, Cade Klubnik. The last game was 268 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. We're still early in the season. Right? I just wanted to touch this, kind of see where we're at. But you got some big names in there, right? I don't think I'm gonna have any players in there. It feels like every game I've got something.
Flair beat the brakes off of Stanford.
What's that?
Said Flair beat the brakes off of Stanford.
Yeah, 40-93. He said he likes the sliders.
I'm sure he does after a victory like that.
It kind of suits him. So let's talk about what everybody wants to do, right? Recruiting. How are you feeling right now? We talked about it. You only got one guy.
I only got one guy, but I'm high on a lot of people. There's quite a few other Like that's what it's gonna go. It all matters. You gotta follow your pipeline. It's like when you first start, if they have no interest and you're gonna try and swing someone with no interest at all, you're just gonna waste your hours and good luck. Like
Yeah,
some of
and
these good guys are gonna commit right away, but 80, 90% of them, they're gonna wait till week 5 through 8 after some visits, see if you're winning. Like all
well,
that stuff matters.
it does. It really does. And again, you got one recruit, but at the end, you'll be the top 10.
Maybe we'll
I mean,
see.
it's really up in the air. But I'll tell you, man, who I'm really looking at this, right? Tennessee has 1 5-star, which I think that's the only 5-star that has anyone. Kind of pisses me off. Well, TC actually, the one guy that 5-star, a 5-star, kind of, and the only other person got a 5-star with Tennessee. It's that damn athlete that's got like 97 throw power, 93. Me and Flair were both getting going after him. And they got Nico. Like, why? I don't know. Logic in this game.
One of them got a
Anyway,
transfer,
what's that?
I guess.
But Tennessee's lighting it up, man. They've got 1 5. They're number one right now. They got 11 total commits. One
Damn, that
5-star,
QB is
9
a
4-stars,
monster. I
one
compete.
3-star. But then look at Texas A&M. You know, this is a user. Pine Love. He's doing really well. He's got 10 recruits committed. 8 of them are 4-star. 3 of them, or 2 of them are 3. So he's doing a really good job, and I'm sure he's got some other names out there. He's got Ole Miss, which, but then you've got the one that I'm really impressed with, and you and I have talked about this, was Washington, the Seahawks. Right? Seahawks
Hmm.
would probably be higher if he didn't take those 2, or there were Sims, but he lost both of them. But he's got 10 total recruits, 4 4-star. I think he had a receiver that's like that.
I don't know if that was him. I think it was the Smurf with the quarterback.
Okay. And then he's got 6 3-star, right? So he's doing really well, and so is Miami.
Yeah,
Gabriel.
that linebacker bunny he just got's gonna be really good. He beat me out for him. I was number 2.
So Washington's got 10 recruits total, 4 star. That's where you want to be if you're in Washington. And then Miami's
Hmm.
doing really well.
They lost a lot of people last year, so this year, I mean, he can try and compete. Like he's so far against it this year. They lost so many guys.
Yep, he's playing with his favorite team. You got to give him that. Well, Washington was not a sexy pick. Picked
No,
them early. Miami has 8 recruits. 7 of them are 4-star. Only 1 3-star. Up there with the 4-star. South Carolina, we don't have a user for, and a lot of these guys, like if you go down to the next Louisville, we both have 4 4s. I'll talk a little bit about mine. I'm probably gonna lose out.
not a whopping one
I'm gonna lose out that running back I want.
to me.
But
You're gonna lose out on
kid
the other one
hits.
too. I'm going after the other one, and he's got a visit. I think this week or next week. No, next week.
So I've got. I'm gonna lose out
Week 9.
Earl Brown.
That is shoe game.
I've got. Yeah, I think one of them is a. Okay, so the athlete I got is a running back, at first and back.
Yeah, I'm right
91.
behind him, and I got a
No.
visit.
I've got him. His name is Brenton Ball. I've already got him.
Oh, we got another one.
85 stiff arm, 92, 91 excel,
Damn.
85 break tackle, 8 fucking. He'll be like, I'll use him in People's Thunder and Light. But the other one I think you're talking about is Post. Yeah, it's Post. So, no,
No, it's Brandon Maya. That's his name. He's a running back. You're number 1 on him. You got to visit week 11. I'm number 2 and got to visit week
What's
9,
his name?
and you're barely ahead of me. He's an athlete, ranked 16, 5-star. Brandon Maya, Mauia.
Bro, I don't. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's the one I really want.
Well, he's got to visit me 2 weeks for you. That one's gonna be really close. I'm trying to get 2 5-star running backs. I need 2.
Yeah, so he would be nice because he's got 4 abilities. He's got head first, downhill, balance, armbar. Doesn't
Yeah.
have the speed and acceleration as that other guy, but man, he will be.
He still got good
87
speed.
strength.
91 speed for a power back.
Yeah, no, I
Like
mean that's good. He's got 3 mentals.
he's
He's
just
got
gonna
fan
go up.
favorite road dog
He's
clear
just a
manager.
freshman. By junior, he gonna be rocking 96 speed
No,
with
trust
99
me,
break tackle.
I want him. I want him bad.
Yeah, well, that's why I
Sexually.
tried to swoop in. That's why I put my visit 2 weeks before yours.
Yeah, I know. We both got the same. I got a little bit of a head. I mean, we'll see. Yeah, he's good.
Because
But what I was gonna tell you is like the one that he's not even like you wouldn't even look at him, but this dude's a 4-star receiver, 25th overall. Nobody offered him scholarship. Nobody. This
probably
dude's
because it was your main pipeline. You were so far ahead, they didn't want to waste their hours. I
maybe,
don't
but
know.
I mean nobody wasted anything. This dude's he's 6'3", 99 speed, 96 acceleration,
Damn.
takeoff, recoup. Who cares about recoup? Road dog team. Like, dude, if Jeremiah Smith doesn't leave and I get him, dude, it is. But I've got another receiver that I'm going after, but Luis Itu, and he's got 97 speed, 93 fell. I mean, I probably. Anyway, I mean, those are some of the recruits. Anybody that stands out to you that maybe you've seen in the chat that we're talking about, you had actually mentioned that. Talk to me about that quarterback that the Smirtis got.
He's got 97 speed, and he was like the 54th ranked prospect. He's like 97 speed. Let me go find him. I deleted him at Bork. I'll go find him real quick. He's gonna be one of the best quarterbacks, but with Smurf, you never know. It's gonna be either really good or really bad.
Yep.
Where was he? Add on my board. Not even add on my board no more. Probably not. There he is. Can I look at his skills? Nope. But yeah, he's got like 97 speed. All his accuracies are 80s and 70s. He's
Excited, man. Recruiting
just
so
like the
fun,
rank
dude.
54 player, and he was a gem too. So he's probably gonna have he's gonna be a high rank
I
depth streak
believe so.
regardless.
I believe so. And so so this was the first episode. We're going on 32 minutes, so we can kind of end the show. Real quick before we dip out, if you are interested in join our Discord. You can find us on Twitter, I guess X, correct now.
Yeah.
Our X handle at Apex_Madden. If you want to join, hit me up and we'll get you in our Discord. We're currently full, but we are going to be around all cycle long. We are advancing really well. How do you feel about our advances? You feel like they're fast, or you feel like they're not fast enough, or what?
They need to be faster, but they're going smooth. I think 48 hours has pretty much been every advance, if not sooner so far. It's going pretty well, but obviously, me loving this game, you can always go a little faster.
I agree. And I'll tell you, what I wanted to talk about, Madden, real quick. This is not Madden show, but we are going to do Apex Madden. If you're interested in that, same thing, hit me up. I know you're not big on it right now. I feel like I'm probably a little bit more excited about it than you are, but
Yeah, I don't give two shits about Madden.
we're going to figure out everybody that's big this or in that. Be on the lookout for that. Going to be a little bit later than after. What next?
14th, I think, was really access by Blue.
Yeah.
So
with that being said, anything else you want to add before?
Nope.
All right. Well, thanks for everybody watching. This was the first episode. This is the beginning. We will have plenty of shows for you. We'll try to do this. Our schedules are, and just kind of go. Well, anything that you guys want us to talk about, maybe we'll do an open forum with some questions, and help some more subjects make it more fun. That being said, I'm Alpha. He is Coherent, and our